Dude, what sort of revolution have I started? Okay, so like I'm doing one of these every single week just for fun, and also I've now kind of started to turn it more into a bit of a diary, as inspired by one of my friends who's started doing this like video diary every single week, where he puts out a video publicly. It's quite a cool idea. Publicly is a bit strange, but like, because he's talking about just everything that goes on in his life. So I'm more just talking about sort of my thoughts and just random stuff that's happening, and stuff that I'm okay with sharing publicly. But my YouTuber friends, so you might know It's Not Leon, YLabs Oren, Kipper, and Daniel, they have started also making commentary videos. Every single one of them has been inspired by me. Well, they've been inspired from each other, been inspired from me. So it's like I've just started this big thing, and now everybody's doing these videos. It's quite funny. And it's like Leon copied me, and then I was like, oh, that's cool. Leon started doing them, and then Oren did one as well. I was like, oh my gosh, Oren's getting on this too. And then Kipper did one. Oh no, and then it was Daniel, and then I was like, oh wow, there's like everybody, and then Kipper did it. I was like, just when I thought it was about to stop, and now this other guy's joining in, and it's like, wow, now so many people are doing commentary videos. They have all created second channels where they are doing them. I will try to link all the second channel commentary videos channels in the description. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I haven't listened to all of them, sorry guys, because there's probably about 2 hours of commentary in total between all of you fellas now. But I listened to some of them, and from the sort of vague, like, things I was picking up on, it seemed like every single other person is just really struggling to think of things to actually make the commentaries about. And they keep saying about how their lives aren't actually that interesting. I don't think that's true, though, because I think it's actually just those guys aren't very comfortable with sharing stuff publicly. Like, I've talked to them, and they always seem to be like that. They just don't want to tell us what their real name is, and, like, they're a bit private about that. And that's okay, but I just don't know if commentary videos are the right thing, then. Because, like, you can make a commentary video on anything, bro. Like, your life does not have to be interesting. I once made one about everything that I was doing in school. That was literally the entire topic. I just talked about Jack the Ripper and like Plato and like all the stuff that I was just doing in school at the moment, because I couldn't think of anything else to talk about. Or just tell stories from the past, which I'm planning to do once I eventually run out of topics. But anyway, today I have a pretty big topic, and that is art in the drama space at my school, which has been really cool to start. So my school does school plays, at least 2 every single year, one for the juniors and one for the seniors, but this year is special because every 2 years they do, well, it's actually been 3 because of some cancellations, but if every 2 years, but this time it's been every 3 years, they do one big major production where they just do like some actually famous play. Usually the other ones, they just get some of the students to write it, but this one is actually like a big famous one, and this one is called Amadeus. You may have heard of it. It turned into a movie, and I think the movie's more well-known, and as you may have guessed, it's about Amadeus Mozart, and one of my best friends is actually playing the lead role, which is really cool to see, and pretty much everybody else in the cast is a really good friend of mine, and I decided not to audition, and it's a bit unlike me. I do really like drama, and I do like getting involved in acting with stuff, but I just decided this is a bit beyond me. This is like quite a lot of stress, and this is like, a major production, and other schools are involved with it too, not just my school, and I just thought, I don't want to be a part of it. But that wasn't actually the main reason. The main reason was because I was offered to be a part of the art team and creating the set and props for it, and I thought, that sounds way more fun, because last year's play, which was a school production written by one of the students, I ended up getting a tiny role in the play, ended up getting an extra role, and I just couldn't be bothered, so I just joined the art team and helped out. My friend, who's actually a good friend of mine from an old school, who's basically the lead for all the art on the plays, and he's actually a really cool guy. He's awesome, and he's also amazing at art. Like, some of the stuff they created was really, really cool. So, the Amadeus production has been going on for ages now, like it's genuinely been an entire term, and the art team has only just started now, so we've only got like 7 weeks to paint an entire wall, to do like some other stuff as well. We might have to end up making a piano, because the real actual piano that our school has is going to be used by somebody who can play the piano in the orchestra, but the actual lead character, who's my friend playing Amadeus, Mozart, doesn't know anything about playing the piano, so we might have to make a prop piano for him to pretend to play while the actual piano player is backstage. But yeah, the main thing that we're doing, the first priority, is painting the wall, and it's a big wall. It's been white for pretty much the entire time I've been at school. Well, it has been white for the entire time I've been at school, and apparently, according to the teachers, it's been white for years. It has not been painted. And it is, it's the background for our school's theatre, which should have something interesting there, as apparently we should, which kind of makes sense. Yeah, I'm just editing, and I forgot to mention, it's actually a pretty big detail. We got training on how to use a WP something. It's basically like a it's like the equivalent of like a scissor lift. And we actually got like a safety training on how to use it, and we like have to wear this like harness and hard hat when around it. It's quite full on, but it's also quite cool, and it's for like reaching up to the top of the wall, so we can paint up tiny little details at the top. And we're also going to be going around on scaffolding to go painting, which is it's pretty cool. So, the lead art guy, who's my friend, I don't really just want to, like, say people's names, because, like, I'm fine with sharing personal information about myself, but when it's about, like, other people, I'm a bit, because I just don't know what they'd be comfortable with, and definitely not this guy. I know this guy, like, probably wouldn't want a very big online footprint, so I'm just not going to share his name, but I might just come up with a fake name or something, just because, so it's easier to tell the story. I'm going to call him Joshua. That's not his name. Or maybe it is. But, whatever. Anyway, Joshua, I've forgotten what I was going to say now. But anyway, he's designed the painting that we're going to be putting on the wall, and it looks really cool. It doesn't really fit the style of Amadeus at all, but apparently it's supposed to fit the idea of Mozart's mind getting destroyed or something, because that happens in the play. Apparently, I haven't actually read the play. I don't actually know what happens in it. I watched like 2/3 of the movie and then gave up, so I don't actually know what happens in the thing. I just know there's the main character, Amadeus, is insane. Well, actually, no, is he really even the main character? I don't think so. I think the main character is Salieri, who's the other guy. Salieri. Yeah, he's like Amadeus's rival, except that's not historically accurate at all, apparently. There was no rivalry whatsoever. It's just been made up by the writers, which is funny. But anyway, he's very childish and very hyper, and everybody else in the play is like very high class and formal, and because it's very high class Italy, like 14th century, like very posh people. And then, well, yeah, so is Mozart. Mozart's also like that, but he's just got the personality of a 5-year-old, and it's really funny. And I think my friend Bill, who I'm also creating a fake name for, who's playing Mozart, he's probably a good cast for that. He's probably watching right now. Hey, Bill. Not to mean like you're like a 5-year-old, but I mean like you're good at acting a 5-year-old is what I mean. Like you can kind of get into that mindset, He is also just a bit like a 5-year-old in real life, but yeah, only sometimes. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty cool. Because what happened last year, right, was I dropped out of acting in the play so that I could help with the art. Well, no, we didn't even really drop out. We were kind of like, no one forced us to leave, but we kind of just felt the pressure that we kind of had to stop acting. Like, I know Joshua really, really wanted to actually act in the play as well as doing the art for it, but in the end, we just had so much stuff to do. Like, for some reason, that play, there was just so much art we needed to do. And also, I hadn't read the script for that one as well, and I was getting everybody's requests wrong. Like, somebody asked us, like, oh yeah, we need to make a fishhook. And I was like, a fishhook? Okay, I'll make a fishhook then. And then I hadn't read the play, and I didn't realise that it needed to be a 2-meter large fishhook that impales somebody through the chest. So then, yeah, I had to make that. But that was like one of the few things that I actually made by myself without help from Joshua, so I'm kind of proud of that fishhook, and it actually ended up pretty good. And that also inspired me to make a Halloween costume with, instead of a fishhook, it was an arrow. And like, if I hadn't learned how to make that fishhook, I wouldn't have learned how to make that arrow. And yeah, and I don't know, I thought the arrow was cool. I'll probably put a picture up on that on screen. I was kind of dressing up as that guy from Ghosts. I don't remember his name, but he's the scout guy from Ghosts that gets stabbed through the neck with an arrow. Anyway, only one person at the party actually recognized the costume, but it still worked fine. Like, even if you don't know what it's from, it's still a pretty good Halloween costume. And then, what was I going to say? And then I, after dropping out of acting, because we just had too much art stuff to do, literally, last minute, the main guy comes up to me and is like, oh yeah, by the way, we need 10 fezzes. Like, we need 10 fezzes, because all the extras need to be wearing a fez, of course. And it's like, oh yes, of course, I was supposed to know that. I was supposed to know that we're supposed to have 10 fezzes. But the fezzes actually were fun. I built them out of foam. And then, yeah, and then I found that working on the art was so much more fun than acting in a play. Like, I'm sure this is not the same for everybody, but at least for me, it's actually less stressful. Like, it's stressful before it, because you have to get everything ready before the night, but then on the actual night, you just sit back and watch everybody else go like, oh yeah, cool, that's happening. Until about the halfway mark through the play, because what happens halfway through the play is, half the cast dies. It's an incredibly bloody play. I don't know why that happened, but the scriptwriter was this insane lunatic who just wanted every character in it to die. I'm pretty sure every single character died. I even think at the end, the 3 main characters, they all, lie down and bleed out to death, and the main bad guy, crawls away in the snow, and it's unsure whether or not he dies, and it's this... So what we needed to do was, halfway through the play, the characters would come off stage, come meet with me and Joshua, and we would just put on bloody makeup onto them, and so they could come back on stage with the makeup. And also we had to put the fishhook on one guy, and he gets found dead with a fishhook and impaled him. So yeah, that was fun. That was, but it actually was pretty fun. I've never done makeup before, so putting on makeup here, while I was bored, I just put it on myself. That picture was my profile picture for a bit, because that's just a cool picture. Yeah, and we also one of the main guy, the lead male actor needed to. Oh, and also the lead female actor too. Yeah, she they needed to swap shirts during a scene transition. So they needed to go off stage. The lights needed to go down. They needed to leave stage, change shirts into a bloodied version of their shirt, and then come back on stage in the same transition for the next scene. It was just a very tight time limit. But yeah, there were a few too many transitions in that play. If there was one thing that went wrong, it was. I think I heard someone say that they timed it, and there was half an hour of scene transitions, which is an insane amount, especially because the play's only an hour and a half long. But yeah, it was a pretty rough play, that one. But it still turned out alright. It wasn't really funny at all, but it also wasn't supposed to be funny. It was kind of more of a serious play, and it was about a guy who goes insane and murders a bunch of people at a hotel. Yeah. So yeah, what I found out from that was that like I just like doing art stuff way more, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't sign up to act in Amadeus, was because I just wanted to do art, and I just thought that would be way more fun. And then I started to get a little bit of FOMO because the play didn't, like, we didn't actually start painting and doing anything until the second term of the year, and so all through first term all my friends were saying like, oh yeah, got Amadeus auditions and got these rehearsals and stuff. It's like, you'll be there, and it's like, I was like, yeah, you guys have fun. Yeah, yeah, cool. I was feeling a little bit like I was missing out, but I'm not feeling that now, so it's great. And oh yeah, and also like I also just wrote a play. Like I forgot about that over the summer. Me and another friend of mine and this other like year 12 who needed some script writing experience. Wrote the school play for the juniors, which was really cool. I think 3 script writers is probably a bit too many. I think 2 is probably the limit you should have when you're writing a script. So I think in the end the kind of views and stuff ended up clashing a bit. But I still think the play's alright, and that's happening next week, and I get to watch that, which should be cool. I've only shown up to one of the rehearsals, and I didn't really have much to say, so I hope the directors, I hope the people that have been in charge of directing it have been doing a pretty good job, and I think they have been. I know one of them. Wait, no, I know 2, because that guy's doing it as well, yeah. Okay, I know 2 of the directors, and I trust that they'd be good. And one of the directors is also one of the script writers, so you think there'd be good overlap there. But yeah, that's the juniors. I don't really know any of the actors apart from the people that acted in junior drama last year. So, and then yeah, so that's what's going on. But you may also be wondering what you're watching right now in the background, and this is me Minecraft speedrunning. This is my personal best of a time of like 22 minutes, I think. Well, obviously personal best and ranked, which is pretty easy. But yeah, this is... But the main thing that should be interesting is that I'm playing on a new computer. I'm playing on a MacBook Air, which I just got recently because my last computer didn't really work. So I have 2 computers, right? I have a like more larger gaming PC that I use, except it's technically not a PC, it's technically a laptop because it can close, but it's really difficult to move around anywhere. So I had a smaller MacBook which I would bring to school and stuff to use, but that couldn't run Minecraft very well at all. But then I just got this new computer because my last MacBook like just completely stopped working, and like the hard drive got damaged, and we couldn't use it at all. It would like crash every 5 minutes, and then if it wasn't crashing, it just wouldn't be able to turn on at all. And it got to the point where you couldn't use it for more than like a minute, and I was just like, yeah, this isn't working. This is so then we ordered this new computer, and it now runs Minecraft better than my PC, and now I'm wondering if I even need my PC really. And because my PC is also pretty old, it's like it can't run Windows 11. But I've also been main thing is like switching to using Mac OS instead of Windows for recording videos, and everybody hates on Mac OS online for some reason. Everybody thinks that Mac is like really bad and you shouldn't use it, but it's like this computer is tiny, and yet it runs these softwares that like Windows computers can't at all, like 8 times easier. And I'm just wondering like where people are getting this from. It's obviously not really intended for it, but that only proves that it works better. The annoying thing is that there are so many like shortcuts and like helpful things for MacBook that just kind of get in the way of me playing Minecraft and stuff, because it's like, I think it happened earlier in the run, I accidentally minimized the window because there's some key combination that just does that I accidentally hit when playing Minecraft, and there are some things that didn't work. I did turn a lot of stuff off and ended up having to like download this extension to change my aspect ratio, because for videos and stuff you want it to be in like 16:9, but Mac computers aren't like that by default, so I had to change it. But the good thing about it is the screen looks beautiful. I don't know what it is about it, but the screen just looks like, it just changes the colors and makes the colors look like way nicer, and that makes them really pop. And now, because probably most famous YouTuber ever uses a MacBook to record videos, called Mumbo Jumbo, now my entire videos look like a Mumbo Jumbo video, and they're really great. Until I looked at the recordings, and it doesn't record that. And Mumbo Jumbo did actually mention that in one of his videos, that he has to go through like a whole bunch of really difficult loops to get the game to actually look like how it looks on his screen. And that also is how you remove the annoying orange dot in the top right corner of the screen that you might be able to see right there, that you can't get rid of normally for some reason. And I don't really want to go through those hoops, and apparently I think Mumbo mentioned that it also uses 3 gigabytes of storage per minute of film or something, and I was like, yeah, that's my computer will not be able to store that. So what I've instead done is I've messed around with the color recording settings in OBS, and I've just tried to make it look better. I've moved it onto a different monitor that isn't a Mac monitor to see if to try and replicate it, and it does not look as good in the video. I'm interested to see how this looks when I watch it on a different screen. But yeah, just do know that the Minecraft looks way better from my perspective than it does from yours, so you just have to trust me on that one. And the other thing, I've finally started working on another YouTube video. Ever since the Sulfur Cube video, I have not had a single video plan in mind at all, and I don't really have been wondering what to do for content. Well, apart from Infection, I'll do that later. But finally, I discovered something in Minecraft which is I don't know if it's a glitch, and I really hope it isn't, because I'm gonna do it in a Minecraft event that doesn't allow glitches. So if it is a glitch, then I'm gonna kind of get screwed. But anyway, a Minecraft event. You may know it's happening. There's over 1,000 players. There's 1,500 players in it now, which is really cool. And there's these 10 really skilled Minecraft players that are defending a crystal from these 1,500 players. And I have discovered a glitch no, it's not a glitch. We have to clarify. It's not a glitch. It's an intended game. I've discovered a combination of intended game features that could be used to give me a massive advantage, and I'm going to use it and make a video about it. And I've got together a team of other YouTubers. And the thing is it's probably going to work. I genuinely think this is going to work. It looks really possible, and if we actually win, then we get $1,000, which we'd obviously split. But yeah, this does look pretty like this could happen. But yeah, anyway, we'll be finishing off the speedrun here. Thank you for watching and listening. Yeah, this has actually been a much longer one, because I decided to make it last the length. Oh, beautiful 5 bed there. I usually take more than 5 beds, but yeah, I usually do mine around 15 minutes, but I decided, you know what, my personal best is fast enough that I can play it out until the end of the personal best, which was 22 minutes. Yeah, there's me celebrating. There's me. I was pretty happy when I got that. It was actually a pretty good time, because my previous personal best was 28 minutes or something, so I've saved a bunch of time on it. Yeah.